Who's in here?
Spartans.
What are you doing?
Hey Scott, how you doing?
I'm good.
I'm trying to help my friend Al Rex. You know, he's been struggling on Tuesday nights, and since we're making it official, I'm joining Tuesday nights officially. I'll be in the draft. I figured I'd walk around here and see if I could find, Al's hockey game. He left it here since the 80s, and I figured I'd look for it. And I'm just not finding it. So
Did you check the bathroom?
I've looked through the lockers. I looked in the rafters. I looked everywhere for Al Rex's hockey game, but it's nowhere to be seen.
Probably in that bubble hockey game over there.
I think it's out in a dumpster, to be honest with you. So, well, we'll continue looking.
All right, welcome to this week's podcast. It's what week?
11.
11?
Week 11, BDL Podcast Tuesday night, brought to you by Red Bull. Like I need that. So
We had an interesting week this week.
we did have an interesting
It
week
was
this
actually a lot of action in the last couple of days too.
week. There's been some there's been some
Drafts,
Facebook action.
Draft's all screwed up now. Makes it even better.
Actually, but we got I got news for you that you don't know about yet, and the captains will find out too. First of all, season 2 is full. We actually have 3 runners and 1 goalie extra, so they'll be the first guys on the reserve list.
We filled it today, right? Or yesterday?
We filled it last night, and a couple guys texted me today they wanted to play. Jay Husinger, thank you so much for recruiting guys. He got a couple guys to play. Kevin Bonas, goalie. You know Kevin? Kevin's
Probably
a
if I
decent
saw
goalie.
him.
Kevin Bonas, he got in after Jay Zielinski. I texted Jay and said, Husinger, and I said, Jay Zielinski's in. And he said, shit, Bonas just texted me. So it was like under the wire. So, but we're full. We got an extra goalie, and we got 3 extra runners right now. We'll probably have more before it's over. If this continues to grow the way we think it is for next session, because we'll be back into the fall and winter, and a lot of guys will be coming back, we may be going to 7 teams where they buy. What do you think about that?
Actually, I would enjoy that.
I would too, because
Yeah.
I play on Thursday too, so it'd be a nice break.
Play Thursdays and Sundays. That would not be a bad thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. So that's going forward. Thank you everyone who signed up. We're looking forward to the next session already. We'd like to finish this section. 3 weeks left till playoffs. What do you think, Dan?
After what I read today on Facebook, my power rankings are all messed up now.
Are they?
With a guy being added to a team that's gonna.
2 guys being added to 2 teams.
Yeah, but I think one being added to the one team is going to make a dramatic difference.
Yeah, well, I believe so too. In light of that, before that, Joe Cervola tournament for 2019. Noon, be here at 11. If you want to sign up, talk to Jim Schott, Eric Kites, or Paul Sanchez. Right?
Yep.
That's all I'm saying about Cervola. I'm repping it every week. And getting on to the news. I'm sad to say that Paul Kostyuk is done. All I'll say is he has a lower body injury with his feet, and he can't play going forward, and he may be done for good. I wish Paul the best. I hope he gets better. Your health comes first, and I love you, brother. You know that. We've known each other since you were 9 years old. So good luck. I hope everything works out. You're in our prayers. In light of that, Pat Burness will be taking his place on the Kings for the rest of the season. How do you feel about that, Dan?
That's a huge pickup too.
Yeah.
I wish he was playing full time to pick him in the summer, but unfortunately he's not. So, but for the last couple of weeks, it's going to be nice.
Well, and
As long as I don't got to play him.
Don Naval has congratulations, Don, by the way, on getting accepted to. He's going to be a corrections officer in New York State. He's going to the 8-week training in Albany. We wish you all the best, dude. We hope you come back when you're all done. When you're back this way, when you get assigned to your prison, and you're back in Western New York, you always got a spot, brother. Congratulations and good luck. And in lieu of that, somebody's going to dust it off and bring it. And he just turned 35 years old, and he's a hell of a hockey player. Played for Team USA, played for Fusion, probably one of the best defensemen in the area. Jared Pinner is joining Kramer Forestry. What do you think about that?
I don't even want to play him now. I mean,
With him and Puffer back
I'm
there?
not being biased because I like him and I know him, but with Puffer back there,
And him.
that's going to be a tough team to beat now.
It is. Very tough team.
Because they could technically score a goal or two a game,
And win.
and with him on the floor, they have a chance. I mean,
He's one guy that can neutralize Bertolino.
that he can do. That
I
could
know.
be-
I've seen him do it.
So,
So, welcome to the league, Jared Pinner. We hope you join us for the summer. You may enjoy it right now. If you do, you would go on the sub list. Wink, wink. Maybe not. We'll see. That all depends. That depends on votes by the captains and by the commissioner. If you wanted to
donuts.
donuts, okay.
I mean, there's bargaining chips.
We had a discussion about that. Me and Jim did. So because if he's playing this session, we'll see what happens. Anyway, so Jared Penner, welcome to the league. We hope you watch podcasts this week. We would like to also welcome the next session another elite All-American Team USA defenseman, number 98, William Dotson, is coming to the BDL next session, baby. What do you think about that?
I had a plan in the first round, and it's all messed up now. Now it's going to depend on where I pick.
It's going to be messed up even more when I get to the rest of the news. Don't worry,
All right.
but that's at a later
Okay.
date. So anyway, and to my teammate, one of my very good friends who I hunt with, his daughter and my daughter and his son are best of friends. I'd like to wish a happy 40th birthday to Jay Catanzaro. Happy birthday, Jay. When you see Jay, it was last week, I know, but I was a little late on it. I still want to wish you a happy birthday on the podcast, brother. We love you. And then right to the scores. I'll let you take game one because we were in it and I subbed in for you.
Game one, we were down
4-2.
4-2, but I think we were down 3-0 at one point, right?
Yes.
Or 4-0?
4-0 at one point.
I'm not sure what went through Sanchez's head, but they stopped kind of running.
They did, and I told Paul that in the donut cast.
I mean, I had a lot of shots. Skinner played well.
Skinner did play well.
Skinner robbed me a couple times. I couldn't believe he even saved it.
Well, that game was 4-2, and then Ben scored a shorthanded goal to make it 4-3,
That
which
was
was a
pretty
hell of a
nice.
hustle play. And
Eric
then,
Kites would have been proud of that dangle.
yep, and then Jay Hurley ran it on George. Remember? And George went to play it out and banked it in off of Hurley.
Right in the balls.
And it went in. It was ball to ball in the net.
Yep.
And it ended up going to overtime. It was a good game. I played Mike Simonson, filled in again. Thank you, Mike. Another addition
Yes.
to Tuesdays in the summer. Mike Simonson will be joining us full time. Congratulations, Mike. Welcome to Tuesdays. Mike Simonson on the face-off in overtime. Dan sneaks up next to him over where the other winger would be because, of course, it's 4-on-4. And we're whispering to him, Mike, push it, Mike, push it. And he looks over and he sees Dan, he pushes to him. Dan walks in, takes a slap shot, 5-hole on Skinner. 6-5, OT win, down 3-0 at one point. Big win for you guys. Moved you up in the power rankings.
You know, there was a dozen donuts back here.
I know.
I really didn't want to have to make that game go past it.
And
Overtime
when I
and do
said
a
in the third
shootout.
period, let's just get into overtime, you and March are like, no, we don't want overtime.
Yeah.
March was so tired, he sat in overtime for 4 seconds.
And
So-
actually, I couldn't believe the way they lined up to begin with.
I did too.
Because I went back to the point of the lineup.
And
And I
then
didn't understand why nobody lined
their
up.
defenseman shifted right behind
Yeah.
their center, and it was the center and the defenseman and the winger and the defenseman. And I'm like, and it was a smart play by you to move up into that other wing spot.
Left the whole wing open.
Yeah, and it was a great play. It was a great play all the way around. Great draw by Mike Simonson, and great game. In that game, Anthony Irwine, I believe I'm saying his name, Anthony Charles, told me that was his first goal he's ever scored.
Yep.
He had a goal and an assist. They didn't give him the assist, but he did have an assist
Yeah.
on your goal. Or not on your goal, one of Martz's goals.
Oh, yeah, Martz, yeah.
Martz had 2 goals and 2 assists. Martz had a great game.
For a guy that wanted to take the night off,
Yeah.
Martz always seems to come out and play well.
And your one assist that you had on his goal was one where it came off the pad, like I said, all your
Yep.
assists come, and it was a rebound. Shot from one point, went to the other point, banged it home. 2 and 2 for Martzy, and then Donuts over here had a goal and an assist. So in a losing effort, Paul Sanchez, 3 goals and 2
Yep.
assists.
He's a prick to play against.
Paul was a beast, and he chop.
Yep,
Chop,
chopping everywhere.
And he chopped me, and he chopped Dan,
Yep.
and he chopped Martz.
He almost decapitated me at
It
one
was
point.
it was here a whack, there a whack, everywhere a whack. Here comes Paul Sanchez, duck. So it's like old Paul Sanchez had a stick, chop, 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 chop.
I almost thought I was looking at the life insurance forms when I was out there with him.
Oh, me too. And then Matty Wilson makes it into the headlines with 2 goals and an assist. That guy was running all night too.
Actually, Rukoff gave me a lot of issues.
Oh, Rukoff's
he ran all over me.
Donnie was running down the boards at one time. I'm like, "Fuck you, Rukoff! Fuck you!" Did you hear me? When I'm saying, "Fuck you, Rukoff," he was laughing as he's running up the floor.
He ran a lot. I mean, those dudes run. I mean, Stanford had a pretty solid game. He had his typical, get to the line and try to deke everyone and lose it. Thanks, Scott. But he did get me once. I'll admit it. I'm going to pick on him. He did get me once.
In the shocker of the night, game 2.
I watched most of that, and I can tell you right now, with Kramer adding who we've talked about, that don't happen again.
It was a shocker because a guy that struggled all year, and his team's giving him a lot of flack. Their poor goalie, Luke Tarquin, who I don't know if you guys think that he wants to lose too, but he doesn't. He's out here like everybody else wanting to win. He played his ass off the other night. A 4-1 win, held Kramer to 1 goal, and the goal that they scored, it was a far end. Puffer came out of the corner by the door and just rifled it, and it went in over his shoulder.
I saw that, yeah.
Me and Stu were standing there, and Stu goes, "You don't know how hard it is to see that."
Yeah, that's hard.
It was a great shot, and it kind of hit the crossbar, bar down. But I mean, other than that, Luke should have had the shutout. And Luke, good for you, great game. You made a lot of solid saves, a lot of gobbled up a lot of rebounds, didn't kick a lot out front. And the Kings ran the other night. I mean, they
played fine. That's everything I watched of them. They played well.
We got Pete Armini, Mike Lebecki, Bill Herman, and Bob Fabiniak. The old man popped one in, all with goals. And then Puffer, of course, had the 1 goal for Kramer. So that shook up my power rankings, just so you know. And then the 9:30 game, Hitmen versus KAS. It was 6-3, and this game was not as close as the score, or was not. It was a lot closer than the score. This game should have been 3-2. It was that.
And
tough.
I saw a couple comments on Facebook how I said it was going to be 8-1, and everybody got all upset.
We only had 6 players.
But KAS, they've been in most games.
Yep.
They just needed a little punt. They got Frank Annunziata. Uh-oh, here comes Al. They got Frank Annunziata. They played a great game. Al Rex was all over the D from what I was told.
Oh my God, Al Rex was humping my leg. In the game, 6-3 Hitmen over KAS. Verdi had 4 goals and an assist. Scott Macker, 2 goals and an assist. He had a really good game. He had a hell of a hustle goal for the second goal, which you probably saw.
I was here till the end of the first.
Then you saw Macker's hustle goal. And then in a losing effort, again, Frank Russo going 2 assists. And I was going to give a couple guys props, but one of them's over here jerking himself off. So I'm not going to say anything because he's being an ass, and he probably drank some grape ape again tonight. But he ran his ass off again, number 99, wears a red jersey with crooked-ass numbers. 69, 99, 59, 49, 89, something 9.
But his hands were just legitimately in his pants.
19. Okay. Anyway, I will say this: Brian Smith, Doc, Elrex, and Frank beat the piss out of me and Jamie the other night.
How many balls did you give up?
Not many. I didn't have many turnovers. I want
He
to clarify.
He did it all at the game. He played at 7:30.
I want to clarify something. I'm going to clarify what a turnover is right now because this was brought to my attention that you guys sit back here on the other side, and I don't mind being called captain turnover. I actually kind of like it, but when I fire the ball down the floor and the other team takes it over, that is not a turnover.
No,
that's a
that's
dump
not a
in.
turnover.
Okay, if my forwards don't run and go get it, that's not a turnover. Now, when I pass it into the slot directly to Mike Simonson without anybody touching it, that's a turnover.
Yeah.
When I pass it up the wall and the guy bats it down at the blue line, that's a turnover. If the winger ain't there, that ain't my fault. The winger should be there, but I should still be able to get it out.
You got 1,000 times better for the tournament.
But if you did some passes like I do, where I just loop it over the zone, Kasachi gets him on the wall right there, then you don't have to worry about that.
I'm not a big. I hit the ceiling all the time.
Oh, I do hate that.
So, see, I get a little more.
Here we're gonna have Jamie.
I want to crash because I want to say something on Rick and my behalf. Listen, when you're playing Iron Man defense, and those 3 MNFers are literally running you every single play,
Yep.
and it's not necessarily a turnover, right? By the 3rd period, we were just doing what we could to keep the ball away from the front of the net.
To survive.
Yes. And when you got L. Rex humping your leg and Frank crushing your head against the wall,
You saw that.
I was giggling in front.
Oh, thanks.
That was me. I heard it. I go, that's...
Everybody heard my neck crack.
Well, because I told my brother after the game was over, I was waiting for him to just snap that ball away from me a little bit, and I was going to steal it from him. That's what I was waiting for.
Well, in the goal he scored, was he crashed in that hard. I had him tied up and hit my stick shaft, hit him and went in.
Well, before that happened, the pass from Russo out hit Brandon Floret's pedal and popped straight in the air. That's how it got in the air.
Yep.
Otherwise, if it would have hit it flat, he would have scored.
It came out, it hit me, it hit Frank, and it went in. And then their other goal, Frank Russo batted one this high off the ground out of the air. I mean, which tonight they called a high stick. I knew it would have been a high stick tonight. And then the other goal was a great shot by Goodrich. And Brandon said if he wouldn't have had his pad angled, if he had his pad flush, he would have stopped.
Yeah, it looks like it hit the top of his pad and went between his arm and body.
They hustled their asses off. They were all three were hard work goals. The one goal they scored from the point was where they hustled, got control, and got it back to the point.
They had a good game plan.
They did.
They knew we were short. They knew what they wanted to do, and they did it.
And I'll tell you what, yesterday I hurt more, and it might have been the fact I played 2 games, but that late game killed me because yesterday I hurt like I haven't hurt in a while.
Yeah, I told you guys in the group text, I'm done right now.
I put some hemp oil on my groin area, and I forgot it had capsaicin in it, and it was like putting icy hot on your balls.
Yeah, when you work in the space and defense industry,
You could have maybe
for
called
the government,
Stu
you
over.
can't use hemp oil. So ibuprofen it was for me.
No, not cannabis, no.
Same thing.
Hemp's legal.
Hemp is not legal.
Oh, it is.
If it has THC in it, it is not
doesn't
legal.
make THC in it. No THC. I'll show. I got it in my bag.
There is a legal one, and there's a non-legal one.
We're not
Well,
arguing
anyway, it
pot
works
here.
great. Okay, who cares? Anyway, the cannabis or the hemp oil that you rub on the roll-on stick, it's awesome. It works great, and you can buy it at any Rite Aid store. So it's got to be legal.
His buddy works at
You
Rite
wouldn't
Aid,
be able
so
to buy
he's
it at
pushing
Rite Aid
it.
if it had THC in it.
True.
Okay.
The other ones,
Yeah, so I guess he told you.
Yeah, get out of here.
I guess he told
Go over
you.
there with your buddy in the corner.
go take some ibuprofen and be a real fucking man. Take the aches
Go
and pains.
sit with Mini-Me.
Go eat a donut.
Wow. So we got 3 stars now.
3 stars. My 3 stars this week, and you deserve it, dude. Number 3, Jim Vertolino with 4 goals and 1 assist. Number 2, Paul Sanchez with 3 goals and 2 assists. And the number 1 star this week with 1 goal against, and he should have had the shutout, the Kings goalie, Mr. Luke Tarquin. Great game, Luke. Good job. Who would you have for your 3 stars?
I would have put Luke first if he had 1 goal. I'd have put Jim second. I'd have put Ben third, though. That move,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's your.
that dude lit up 2 defensemen and split them both. Grabbed both their jock straps,
Yeah.
gave it back, and still scored.
And then they have the Chocolate Milk Award on Thursday, which our distinguished visitor over here, Mr. Al Rex, has won. I'm going to call it the Tim Hortons Award.
Yeah.
We're going to have the Tim Hortons Donut Award.
We can do that.
Okay? It's the Tim Hortons Peanut Donut Award. And it's going to go, 2 guys are going to split a peanut donut. Scott Mackert, he ran his ass off the other night. Scott had a great game for having 6 guys. And Anthony Irwine, also known as Anthony Charles from your team.
I was
Fast and
worried when he
Furious.
got the open net. He kind of took a couple seconds.
That's what Ben said. Ben was going, bang it in! So
He kind of like looked at it like,
Anthony
man, I
is
got a
the
lot
most-
of
I think he was shocked it was that open.
That's what goal scorers do, Anthony.
So, by the way,
And that's what I told
Brian
him.
won.
Oh, I don't want that.
Oh, all right.
Well, fuck you then.
Don't drink my other one. I'm drinking
That's what
that.
I told Anthony to go.
You're just going to turn it over to me anyway.
No, I'm not.
I told Anthony we had the power play. Nobody's going to cover him. Just go stand
Go
on
to
the
the
side of
net.
that.
Yep.
And
Well,
that's it.
when I was in the corner with the ball and I came out and swung at the marks, I said to him, Anthony, he was standing right next to me like you are. I'm in the corner and he's standing here.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he's-
Anthony, go to the net. And he went to the net and he got rewarded.
As long as he does, if you tell Anthony what to do, he does it. So
Mm-hmm. He's learning.
He's gotten better
He's-
since the first game I played with him.
And one of the things about this league is, in the Thursday league, is guys that have never gotten the opportunity to play with better level players and the elite level players, because those guys stack their teams and played against everybody. You get a chance to play with guys that have played in those situations, and you can learn from them.
He's actually,
And
I
he's
think,
one of those guys that's willing to learn from the guys that,
when we moved him off D is what benefited him.
yeah.
When he's playing D, then he's got to worry about everything, and he
Right.
can't. And he's not. He doesn't make the decisions fast. At least on forward, he's just got to get the ball and shoot.
Right. So, good job, Anthony.
I would like to give my 3 stars.
Oh,
I
sure,
watched
go
all
ahead.
the games with
All right.
him.
Yeah,
All
go
right,
ahead.
that's good.
My 3rd star, honestly, because it probably wouldn't have been this game if it wasn't, goes to Doc Smith, Al Rex, and Frank Annunziata.
Wow.
That was not a game unless those 3 played the way they did. If they would have sat back, if they weren't running constantly, Rick and I would have had a chance to breathe. And 6-3, I call 5-3. There's nothing that goal definitely would have been a different ballgame.
Well, if Dan
Telling
wouldn't
you
have
right
fired, if Dan wouldn't have fired him up and said 8-1.
Yes, I know. You know.
Because I said I did
knew
that
what I
earlier
was
in the
doing.
season.
Listen, and I would do the same thing. Like when I'm playing, if I'm doing this and we're picking next week's games, I'm going to pick whoever KS is playing to beat them 8-1. Hopefully, it's your team.
KS played well. I
Yeah.
mean,
So my second star is, I'll reverse you guys. The Kings goalie was fantastic. I watched that game. He made a lot of tough saves. A lot of things stuck to him. Not a lot of rebounds. His defense had a pretty solid night. They didn't have to chase a lot of balls.
Other than Terry Sperduti. The rest of them played good. Terry had 9 turnovers
Terry,
in
I
the
said
first
nothing.
period.
I said nothing.
Didn't he?
he had,
And
he had
my-
7 points the first game, didn't he?
Yeah, but he had 9 turnovers in the first period.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see all
That's
the
according to Bill Herman.
My first star is Mr. Great Babe himself.
Paul Sanchez.
The Sanchez, Paul Sanchez.
Sanchez. I like that.
He was
That's a good one.
He was a fucking maniac. Excuse my language. The first 4 or 5 minutes of that game, he was everywhere. He was unstoppable.
Yeah, he was-
You know what?
He was doing
I'm
everything.
it's our podcast. We can do whatever the fuck we want to do. So why don't you go get a chair and get in the middle here and join us for the whole thing? All right. Because you got good shit. So we're gonna go to the scoring and all stars though. Okay, Jamie, they're in the office, sir. Yeah. So the scoring leaders hasn't changed much from last week. Verdi pulled away a little bit because Nick wasn't here. So we got Vertolino at first.
Wait a minute, what are you saying?
What? Nick wasn't
What are you
here.
saying? Because if he was here, you'd be pulling closer to him?
Well, no, I didn't
He
say
played
that.
me.
But Favada would have been goal hanging.
He would've- oh,
and as
that's
tired
true.
as you and Marks would
Yeah,
have
that's
been,
true.
he would have got a couple. And you probably would have lost that game. That's all
Ah,
I'm saying.
No, he would.
And he wouldn't have let me play.
Oh, no.
So you
yeah,
would have
he-
won some.
Well, if he would have known we had Burwell at first, God, his fucking head would have exploded.
We didn't have Burwell yet.
No, I did. I
Oh, you
texted
did?
him to call play.
Oh, Jesus.
But we thought we only had 5 guys at one point.
Oh, okay.
We didn't know.
You should have called me. I would have let you have Burwell. You got to
Well,
remember
no, I
something.
talked to Jim.
Nick had, okay, Jim.
Yeah,
You
I
call
talked
me
to
or
Jim.
Jim. We'll let him play.
But then we got a couple more texts the next before we knew it. We had 8 guys, and I said,
okay.
I didn't want Dave driving all the way from the Falls. It's a long drive.
So,
And I knew Nick.
Burwell
I mean, Nick would have had a
was
heart
the
attack.
player.
sorry.
That would've
He's
changed
a great
things.
player.
Yep.
But anyway, getting into the scoring leaders. So we got in first place with 36 goals and 12 assists for 48 points, Jim Vertolino. Second is Nick at 20 and 18 for 38. Donnie Rukoff, you can't sleep on him in the draft, guys. Do not sleep on Don Rukoff. If he goes in the 3rd or 4th round, I'm telling you, he'll make you pay.
Sneaky.
17 goals, 13 assists for 30 points. Number 4, Dan Reed with 22 and 5. He got another rebound off assists the other night, which are all 5 of his assists are this year.
They don't say how, they say how many.
I know,
That's
27 points for him. And then your boy Benny Mack.
Yep.
Benny Mack's got 10 goals, 16 assists, which he had a goal and 2 assists the other night. So, like you said, he probably should have been in the 3
That
stars.
move was fucking.
But
That move was
Luke
sweet.
Tarquin
Yeah, you
took
can.
a couple guys out of the running. And then to round out the top 10, because you guys are the 10 that will be automatically in the All-Star game.
Hey, look, you put your name on the list this
We
week.
got
Jamie and Annunziata. I think you spelled it wrong.
Frank Russo, Sean Martz, Paul Sanchez, Dan Puffer, and Jamie Annunziata are the top 10 scorers right now, and you have a 3-point lead on the next closest guy.
And actually, Martz is a quiet guy on our team.
He is.
He does not make a big, he's not a big, some of the passes he's given me on the point, I don't know how he gets them to me.
So,
Hopefully, it's a lot to do with Reagan and Vertolino on my end. They make things easy when I play forward with them. But in the end, I go where you put me. So
you play well anywhere I put you, dude. And you know what? You're anytime you play me again, you're playing defense. So, I won't be here Tuesday. I'll be in Syracuse. So.
Well, apparently he knows something I don't know in the draft, so I guess I'm taking you.
Oh, no, well, just okay. So anyway, and our top 2 goalies stayed the same. We've got Florette and Disco Stu. Florette has 10 wins, 3.0 exactly goals against average, which I said in the podcast. They scored
you
3,
did.
and they did,
You did.
and 1 shutout. And then Disco Stu's at 7 wins. His goals against went up a little this week to 4.24, but he's still a full goal ahead of the next closest guy with 1 shutout.
Disco
Playoffs.
Sue,
because you play deep.
we've let him hang a couple times. He's kept us in some games. I can't.
Also, because you play defense.
Yeah.
Um,
And I yelled at him this week when he shot the ball to the corner when I didn't want him to.
I heard it. I saw
got,
it. I'm not going to be happy about that.
Thank God they didn't do the goalies played out this week, and the other guys
Oh,
got dressed.
yeah,
That would have
that
been a
was a bad
fucking shit
idea.
show.
I wouldn't. You know what? I wouldn't have cared if, say, we were in last and they were in second, or vice versa. But we want the bye in the playoffs. We don't want to be playing.
Getting to the end of the season, which is coming up, 3 more weeks of regular season. Round 1, 423. 3 will play 6, 4 will play 5. Semis are going to be 4:30. And then on the 7th is going to be the ship, the All-Star game, and then the draft.
What time's the draft going to be at?
The draft is going to be, well, if the championship game's at 7:30, the All-Star game's at 8:30. If the captains want to come out of the All-Star game, if they're in it, they can. And we can start the draft during the All-Star game. I don't care. We can do whatever you guys want to do.
I'm generally in bed by about 10.
Okay, well, he'll be sleeping on the way home. So he'll be sleep driving.
Yeah. Don't have to sleep here.
So that's the plan for 5/7. So take the next day off. Take a
I might
vacation
have
day.
to. I might have to.
The captains, I got clarification today, so we're going to go over this again. The captains are going to be their pick. So Joe Preischel, when he picks in the 4th round, he picks himself. Jim Schott, when he picks, he will pick in the 10th round, he will pick himself. Reed will be a 3rd rounder. Nick Favada, a 3rd rounder. Jeff Goodrich is a 4th rounder, and Dan Puffer is the one that's going to be the captain for Kramer. He is a 3rd rounder.
Jesus Christ.
So,
Why'd he do that?
because he's the captain of that team, and Kramer drafted for him this session and picked himself. So it's
That screws everything up for me now.
well, don't worry. You're gonna be so happy. So team colors I got already from a couple guys. Preischel's going blue, Schott's going black. Reed, Favada I didn't hear from. Reed I didn't hear from yet. Did you get
Favada's
that?
probably going like baby blue because he's
Probably
like
going
only
pink.
he's like only 2'4".
Goodrich is going red as usual. KS has always been red, and then Kramer Forestry is staying with the white and the green.
White and green. I don't know. I'll tell you this.
Let me know. And then if you got team names, if you guys got team names, let me know what your team names are for next session. Bobby Rogers.
If you're orange and you do draft, it could be like
So
pumpkins.
team colors and team names, if you can get that to me,
Pumpkinhead.
so Scott can make up your. Because Scott does a great job of making people's emblems
Yeah.
up. So if you got an emblem, he'll do an emblem for
He
you.
actually
and
did a
we'll
really good donut cash for me and JV.
He
That
did.
was
He did.
sweet.
He did. So
Pick jerseys that have donuts.
Yeah.
Donut Express.
next week, preview.
Yep.
Preview next week. Game 1, 7:30. Not Fast but Furious takes on the Kings. Pat Burness makes his Tuesday night debut.
I don't want to play him every other week. I just played him last week. And I'm going to play him this week because I'll probably be out there the whole game on D Iron Man.
What do you think? Upset of the week for me, baby. 4-3. Kings are going to beat Not Fast but Furious because Luke Tarquin's going to play out lights out again.
You know what? We're going to have no Martz. I already know it because he already said he's going to be out.
4-3 Kings.
I think we're going to go 4-3 Kings.
Really?
Unless
You're
I
going
can
4-3 Kings
unless I can get away from Burness and score a goal or two, I think that's what's going to happen.
too? Okay. What about you, Jane?
I do like the Kings. Here's the only thing about Burness, I'll say. He's even admitted it. You have to be able to play his style of game.
Right.
It's his
Those
first.
guys
It's his
can-
first. I know
he
they
plays
can.
with Pete and Herman and those
I know-
guys.
oh, I
Those
did-
guys
I was
can
not
play-
aware of that. I was not
those
aware of
guys
that.
can play his game.
not aware of
yeah.
that.
So
He's obviously a world class player.
That's
no
why-
doubt about that. I am, on the other hand, going to pick the team that's been together the whole season.
Yeah.
okay.
So I'm going to say Not Fast but Furious 5-3.
Okay. Good call.
Maybe empty netter.
All right.
I can see it that way too.
8:30 is again. I'm sorry, but it's if Don Naval is not there this week and he makes his debut, it's the game of the week. If Pinner shows up for Kramer and Naval's not here, Kramer plays the Hitman. I'm not going to be here. I don't know who else won't be here for us. I don't know what's going on with John Todaro. So we've got Hitman versus Kramer.
Mabel's not here. Jared's here. And you're not here. I'm thinking you guys get your second loss.
That's the toughest game we played this year was against Kramer. Our second game against Kramer was tough.
And I
I'll
think
say
it could
I'll
be.
say the game we just played was our toughest game.
No, the game we played. Were you here for Kramer in the first game?
Yeah.
When we got beat up physically. When Holton played the last game.
Did you not get beat up physically last
I did, but that game against Kramer was even more.
I mean, Bertolino got beat up physically against Kramer. I mean, I was fine.
I think that was probably one of our most physical games.
But I'm
But
I'm
not
thinking
taking
that.
anything away from KS. So, if Pinner plays and I'm not there and Todaro's not there and we're short guys,
I think it's going to be close.
It's
but
going to
I
be
think,
close. That one's a coin flip. I'm going to say Hitmen because we've won 11 in a row. I'm going to say Hitmen 5-3.
I'm going to go Kramer Forestry 5.
Because we still have Florette.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I think if you got Jared and Puffer on the point, I mean, I know you got Jamie
The way
on the
we
other
covered
side,
our points
but-
against you, think about
I know. You guys were dicks.
it. So, I'm thinking, I'm going to take us because of just the Florette factor. So, and then the 9:30 game. Oh, I'm sorry, Jamie. Go ahead.
I do, buddy.
You're here.
You
You'll be
invited the
playing.
guy over
You'll be
here.
playing, I'm sorry.
So I'm going to go with us 6'4". Obviously, Jared's a good player, but again, this is the factor of I know he knows those guys. Has he ever played here before?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
playing here Wednesdays.
So I don't know. He's a great player.
But we've won 11 in a row. So I'm going. I'm
As long as we don't have you, we
But-
have Reagan back.
Yeah, Reagan will be
Polito,
here.
myself,
Yep.
we have
Yep.
Brandon. I'm thinking if one player is taking us down, then we wouldn't have won 10 in a row.
But there is
11 in a row.
There is
11 in a
3
row.
weeks
11
left.
in a row.
If you're going to lose a game, you're going to lose one before the playoffs.
Yep. Yep.
So
That's
I
the
think
game
in
to
the
lose.
next couple of weeks,
No
there's a
offense, no
possible.
disrespect to anyone. I think we'll win.
Okay.
But it'll be close because their
What do you
games
got
are
for
always
score?
close against them.
Our
But,
favorite Spanish guy over there. That's Angel.
Don Nable's nothing to sneeze at either, so
No.
we lose him in the game pinner. So I got 6'4".
Okay. And then the 9:30 game, KS versus Dateline Predators. I'm going out on a limb here. As hard as Dateline or KS played this week, if they play like that again this week, they could beat Dateline Predators.
I'm thinking KAS.
I'm going KS. You're going to be shocked at this one. I'm going KS 6-2.
I'm not going to go that high, but I think it's going to be 4-2.
Okay, 4-2.
I'm going to say Dateline Predators 19-1.
Okay.
Oh, so
Just
I see
because
what we're doing here.
I see where you're right. You know what I'm doing.
I did 8
I
from
wanna
last
piss
week,
them
and they
off.
came
KS,
And
he
I
said
want-
Dateline's
and I
gonna be
want someone
19-1.
else to feel what I felt last week. So go ahead. I disrespected you. Now go take it out on them.
AL Rex!
No, in all seriousness.
Jamie Annunziata just said that Dateline Predators are going to beat KAS next week 19-1.
And you know why I'm doing it.
All right.
See?
Be serious.
See?
Okay, be serious.
All right.
All right, serious for a second. I'm going to say this is a 6-5 overtime game. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know who's going to win that, but it's going to go to overtime, and
all
it's
right.
going to be 6-5.
I think
Well, I wish
that-
I was going to be here this
I
week.
think whoever's on D for Dateline Predators is going to have a rough
Well,
game.
next week's podcast, because I won't be here for the game, you guys sit in again. We'll do
Yeah,
this
we'll
again.
do that.
The chopper and the hanger.
We got before we move on to the next one, we got donuts from Paul this week.
Yes.
Oh,
Paul made another ill-advised
bet.
You know, his antics on the bench. Shoot. He's going to shoot. Well, it finally caught up to him.
Well, the donut exchange will be posted before this, so you'll
Yeah.
see this if you watch it or watch it
He
after.
can come chop the donuts, then afterwards the hanger can come in and eat them.
All right.
Oh, hurt me.
All right, we got to get to it because we're running out. We're,
Yeah, I
we're
gotta
running
play in a
over.
minute.
He's got to play in 13 minutes. So I need a. Can you go get me a pen? Yeah. So 3 stars. We did that. Power rankings. Mine are really easy.
Okay.
6 KAS, 5 the Kings because of the addition of Burness and the loss and the win.
Yes.
I'm going. That's why. Kramer 4, Dateline 3, Not Fast but Furious 2, and of course the Team in Black number 1.
I'm going ahead here. I'm going to pick, what did you have there? I got KS 6. I got Kings at 5 still. I'm taking Dateline at 4.
Yep.
I'm taking Kramer at 3.
Yep.
We're at 2, and you guys are at 1.
Okay. So
I think just that addition will change things enough that. All right, now let's get on to the news before I go change.
okay. Real quick.
'Cause I didn't really have. I had a couple plans going into the
All right,
draft.
well, you're gonna-
And it's
you're-
already been fucked up now.
So,
messed
so
up.
here we go. So here it is. Are you ready for this? Joining the draft from the Thursday night Predators, Mr. Pat Burness will be in for Tuesdays.
For sure.
For sure. He may miss a few games. Captains, just so you know, Patrick Burness is in on Tuesdays. So,
So adding Pat and Dodson.
yes, just monkeyed up the draft. And if Pinner decides to join, that'll really monkey up the draft.
I would.
It slots everyone, though.
Yeah, I mean it's
slots
a
everyone where
good
they should be.
it's a good first round.
Yep.
I think Pinner is more on the side of no though, if anything.
I don't know, after playing here the last end of the season, it might change his mind.
It could. I didn't ask him what his hours of work there were, so I don't know.
All right, so what we're going to do right now is, if you guys want to chat a little, we're going to do the actual drawing for the draft right now. for position.
You guys start. I'm gonna go get my stuff,
So,
and then I'll come back.
You want to?
I would like to go over my power rankings.
Sure, go ahead.
I can't put KES at 6. I cannot.
Go
Out
ahead.
of the 3 games they've played us, 1 went to overtime, 1 we won by 2, I think, with an empty net goal. 1 we won by 3 with an empty net goal. That's not the 6th place team. So I will say, unfortunately, I'll say the Kings are 6. KS is 5. Kramer, obviously things change. 4. I mean, I can't disagree with you guys with the rest with Dateline. Actually, you know what? I'll put Not Fast But Furious 3 and Dateline 2. I think Paul Sanchez, when he's chopping people down and scoring goals and taking names,
Yep.
they're a dangerous team. I mean, they're two. They're like 2A and 2B. I mean, they're
Okay.
the same. To me, they're the same team.
Okay.
And then at 1, because we won 11 in a row and we're 11
Well,
1.
we're 11-1. I mean, that's. I gotta say.
I just think
1,
with our
2.
goaltending and Verdi and Reagan
And you on defense.
And Rick.
And me not being here this week will help
And
them
Rick.
because no turnovers.
you know, Katz
Well, thank
and
you.
Macker, you know, they were a pretty
Everybody,
solid
our whole
team.
team,
We're a
our
pretty
whole
solid
team. We're a solid through and through, all the way
that's
from the
where I'll
top
go.
to the bottom. Castle played great
Things
this week.
could always change, but it is what it is.
Castle is great defensively. He's not a liability. I mean, everybody on our team hustles.
He's probably the unsung player on our team, to be honest with you, Castle.
I
He's
would-
played offense, he's played defense, he's in the right spot all the time. He makes that clear. He's always cross 4 pass, the cross 4 pass, and he's always in the
Talking
way
about Joe
of.
Castelvetri.
He always picks off the play in the offensive
Yep.
zone and gets a nice shot on. He's always right where he needs to be,
Yep,
so
he is.
kudos to him.
He is. So
He's the straw that stirs the drink. How's that?
thank you. That's good. So we did. We've done everything. I think, right, Danny? We did everything. Dan's naked. I just saw his balls. I just saw Dan's balls. Thanks, Dan. It was from behind. I didn't mean to. I looked up and I just saw. Whatever. Dude,
You're turning red right now.
fruit.
What are you doing?
You're
turning red.
The dangling fruit was there. Holy shit. So, you know what? We're going to make this. Well, do me a favor. Sam, could you grab Mike Simonson?
Dan, I gotta say this to you. That's the type of shit you keep to yourself.
Mike Simonson is also joining the league.
Your
Did you hear
balls.
about that? Simonson's in.
Yeah, well, he's been playing. the last
Mike
couple years.
Simonson's in.
Top gun.
Mike Simonson.
Let's go, Mav.
I'm going to have Mike Simonson because Mike's such a great guy, and Mike's been one of the
Let's go, Maverick.
the leaders on the podcast and the leaders of this league.
Viper.
Mike's been filling in.
Stink.
Mike, this is impromptu. We're doing this because we want to find out where everybody picks for the next draft.
Hey, Mike,
So you being
guest
such a great
are you a captain now?
you being such a great guy,
Lies when you're picking names.
and he's a captain, so I don't want him
This is for
picking.
Tuesdays?
Yeah, this is for Tuesday. This is a
Did I
draft
make it,
order
or
for
am I on the
Tuesday.
waiting list?
No, you made it. Now, do we go 6 first or 1 first?
You gotta pick one first.
So
You have to
like we did
because
last session.
well,
All right.
we're right. If you do 6 first and go
I go
back down,
You go
the
backwards,
last
so it's
one in
more
there will get the
dramatic.
first pick.
Don't you go backwards so it's more dramatic?
Well, we went 1 to 6 last year.
Well, you want to have the worst chance of getting number 1. The first choice is the first
I don't know
choice.
how
You
you
want to
guys
have the
do
most
All
amount.
right, okay.
Is there 6 numbers?
So here we go.
Yeah.
We got 5 guys
That's why
here.
you
We're
don't
gonna let
want
Sam
first
vote
one
on
to the
this.
last one.
Do we go?
Well, then it's number
Okay,
6.
wait. Okay, stop. Do
Okay,
we
see,
go
I think
6 to
we're on the
1?
same-
Do we go 6 to 1? Raise your hand.
6 to 1.
6 to 1. Raise your
Backwards.
hand.
Go
Backwards. Go
You
backwards.
don't want to know the first guy right away.
Yeah, you do.
What does it take all the?
I'm on the. I want to go
drama
6 to
of the
1.
last
6 to 1. We're
It
going
takes the
6 to 1.
drama
Wait,
out of
no.
all the last
No, we
picks.
have to do the 1 to 6.
No, 6 to 1. We
No,
voted.
no, we have to vote.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
1 to 6.
I knew you were going to put 2 hands up.
Yeah.
It's a tie.
That's 3. That's 4.
All right,
That's
1, 2,
4.
3.
That's 4.
6, 1
You
to
already
6.
did yours. I already thought of that. You can't do that now. You can't do that.
We're going 6 to 1.
me
Mike's
call
got it
someone
right.
else in
Because
here.
it's going to build up the
We want more
drama.
drama.
We want the drama so people watch the
So,
podcast.
whatever first one
Get in
I
the
pick,
picture.
I'm sorry.
All right, we're good,
All
we're good.
first
Number
round pick.
6. Number
Not-
6.
Not the first pick, and it's my
This is
fault.
number
Sorry.
6. Drafting number 6 overall will probably take Brandon Fleuret.
So I have one. I have one.
I don't think you'll last the 6.
All right, number 6.
You better not last
Picking
the 6.
number 6. Picking number 6 is Jeff Goodrich. KAS.
Would have had the first pick. Sorry, buddy.
Jeff Goodrich. Thank you. All right.
Oh, keep going.
Next. Number 5. Well, we can't. We're in the league already. You're not technically in the league yet, but you're also, we consider it. So, number 5 for next session, Nick Favada. Oh boy.
See? Don't you guys feel the drama?
And
If you were
number
captain,
number
you'd be
4.
like, oh, what is
Number
this?
4.
Now see when you get down
Wait,
to the
hold on.
last
Who
two.
else do we got as captain? Let me see if I can get this one right too.
We got shot left, Preischel, you and
I bet you Price will go score.
Puffer.
This is shot.
Number 4, shot.
Called it.
See, now
Shot
when-
heard around the
When you get
world.
down to the last two, are you picking the winner? Or are you picking?
No, we're picking 2 and then 1.
So I got shot right. So
Shot.
let's
Yep.
get another
Shot.
one right.
Shots number 4.
This will
Number
be,
3.
This will be Dan Reed.
Number 3. Number 3 is
Told you.
Dan Reed.
I'm perfect right now. I called it.
Picking 3. Okay, 2
This is
left.
like Powerball numbers. Who's next? So this is number 2.
Number 2.
So we're gonna know right away
We're
who number
going
1 is.
Preischel or Puffer. Oh boy, down to 2 keys.
All right, I grabbed one.
Okay, here we go, and it is picking number 2. Preischel.
Puffer
And
gets the
number
number
1.
1 pick.
Open her up, Mike. Make sure it's Puffer and put it on the board. Is it Puffer?
It's a shot. I'm just kidding. It's Puffer.
Puffer. Puffer picks number 1. So
Puff
the
the Magic
draft
Dragon.
order is. Oh
Congratulations.
shit! This got all mixed up.
My work is
Oh,
done.
I remember it.
Sorry, Goodrich.
Goodrich,
It's
Favada,
Puffer.
Shot,
Yep.
Reed,
It's Puffer.
Preischel, Puffer.
It's Puffer, Preischel, Reed, Shot, Favada, Goodrich.
Okay.
Last week we discussed what are the trade
It's-
scenarios that could happen.
But listen,
Okay, I'm going to explain that right now.
this is a snake draft, correct? So it goes
Yes.
1 to 6, 6 to
So
1.
6, 7 picks twice, yes. So, it is a snake draft. Now, there are trades. You can only make one trade prior to the draft. So say if Jeff wants to move up to number 1 and Puffer's willing to make a trade, Jeff can say, hey, I'll trade you my 1 and 2 for your 1. And your 1 and 2. So then Jeff could move up to 1, Puffer could move to 1 and, or I'm sorry, 6 and 7, and Jeff would move to 1 and whatever's, whatever he picks again. His first pick of the second round. There's a pre-draft trade allowed. Now, after the draft is done, I'm going to clarify this, so I hope all the captains watch. You can make trades 3 days before, or up to 3 days after the draft. So if, say,
Is it round to round?
no,
Okay.
it's not. If Jamie gets drafted by somebody else,
Frankie.
say Jim Schott drafts Jamie, and he wants to play with Dan Reed, and there's somebody on Dan Reed's team that Jim Schott wants to play with, they can make a trade. Okay?
Hey,
Is this-
Frank's here and
is
he
this
loves
foreshadowing?
video cameras and stuff.
Okay.
So let's get him in there.
Just let me finish explaining this
I got 4
because
minutes.
last year everybody fucked off and nobody
You're the
listened.
reason games were late.
And this is why I need to do this.
Yeah.
No, you're okay, Frank. You can come in just a second. But
He's got to get ready.
the trades are 3 days between the end of the draft and before the season starts. No trades after that.
So let me clarify. It's 3 days after the draft, or you have 3 days before the season starts?
3 days after the draft because guys want to order their
Okay.
jerseys.
3 days after
So
the
if
draft.
the draft is on the 7th, which it's going to be,
May
you
10th.
have till the 10th to make trades because the season starts on the 14th.
That makes sense.
And you can make, I don't care if you make a trade with Dan and then a trade with so-and-so. If you want to build your team up or you want your to play with your buddies. It is what it is. That's how it is. And we're going to allow it, but pre-draft, you're only allowed one trade. So you can move out of your spot if you don't want to draft a 1 overall, or say, Dan Reed wants to move up to 1, and he says, hey, I'll give you my 1 and 2 for your 1 and 2. Stuff like that.
I suck. Don't draft me. Let me go on the reserve list.
You don't go on the reserve list. The players that are on the draft list are on the draft list and they get drafted. The guys that are on the reserve lists come in like we've had this year where guys dropped out or guys got injured.
Let me ask you a serious question.
Yes,
Smell this. Where do you think he gets this beer from?
cat piss. It's cat piss.
This is
It's Mick Light. It's cat piss. It's cat piss. So we do. Frankie Kites, come on over here and give us some love.
Dan Reed, why
Real
do you
quick.
wear 51?
Real quick, you got time.
Oh, I got a red jersey at home.
Oh, you're not playing
you
gold
know
tonight.
whose
You got
jersey that
time.
is?
Frankie
Oh,
Kites
that
is the
was
haircut.
high school I got.
Looking bushy.
That was-
Hey, wait a minute. Wait.
That's-
You got to come over here.
That's my lifetime number.
Look, if he had the little headless doll, it's Eddie Munster. Huh? Dude, look at. Tell me Frankie Kites doesn't look like Eddie Munster. Look at this.
Frank,
It's Eddie Munster.
Frank, I got to ask you a question on the podcast. Yeah. Why do you think I'm going to get suspended all of a sudden? Like, there's your first comment. Not, hey, welcome to the league. You're like, you're not suspended yet?
Jimmy needs out and you take shit.
That's all.
All right. Thanks for stopping.
You're Frank Kites, and I endorse this message.
I wish Frankie Kites was playing on Tuesday.
I know.
But he plays. I know you play your boys.
Let's shut down Milshire. Get that going.
All right.
And I'll jump in.
You'll appreciate
I'll
me
buy
when
my
I'm
own-
clearing your crease and there's no
Wait.
hacks on your gloves.
Absolutely.
When I
love
win the Powerball, I'll start my own rink.
You should.
Anyway, I should have bought mineral. It didn't happen. Anyway, we're in a recap. So draft has been drawn. We got Puffer, Preischel, Reed, Schott, Favada,
Goodrich.
and then Goodrich. That's the draft order. Want to make trades? Let me know. Give me your team color. Give me your team name. Welcome Bill Dodson to next session. Welcome Pat Burtis. Welcome Jared Pinner.
Billy D.
Welcome anybody
dude.
else that I forgot
My dude.
about. Happy birthday, Jeremy Catanzaro, on your 40th. We hope you had a good one. And that's it. We're out. See you next Tuesday.
Peace.
But I won't be there.